We have Elizabeth Warren, who has bowed out of the presidential race, but her endorsement will be one of the most coveted in the Democratic Party. Although she has refused to back anyone right away, let's explore who among the two strongest candidates, Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, may receive Elizabeth Warren's endorsement. Now, it is fair to say that ideologically, Elizabeth Warren stands somewhere between Sanders and Biden. And all through the campaign, her support for policies such as Medicare for all leans towards Sanders' promises, but not so left-leaning as to stand with Sanders in his call for a political revolution. Now, on the other hand, her wish to crack down on Wall Street's excesses may clash with Joe Biden's moderate approach. She had planned to make large corporations pay more in taxes. Biden is unlikely to take such measures, while Sanders is sure to tax the rich. Now, Biden's Super Tuesday victories sent the market soaring, an indication that Wall Street hunchos would rather have Joe Biden in the White House than Sanders. Now, let's understand Elizabeth Warren's supporters. What would they want her to do? Warren enjoys favor with the educated Americans who all took huge student loans and are currently under debt. Now, she planned to reduce student loan debt and offer free tuition at public colleges. Biden, on the other hand, had played a role in making it easier for students to get loans while making it difficult for them to file for bankruptcy. However, Sanders is likely to introduce legalizations which would help reduce the burden of student loans. Now let's talk about who Elizabeth Warren would be personally inclined to endorse. She has condemned Bernie Sanders' supporters as bullies. She and her supporters have been recipients of online nastiness. Warren blames Sanders for his followers' actions, largely due to the personal attacks that she received during the campaign. Now, she thinks what underlies democracy is a fundamental human decency and respect for each other. On that front, Joe Biden is known to all as a nice and decent guy. But Warren may doubt his political will to get certain tough things done. Now, if Elizabeth Warren has plans of scaling the American political Everest yet again, then she may want to assess what happened on Super Tuesday. Joe Biden swept Massachusetts, unseating Warren in her home state. Now, that could be an indication of what her electorate wants. So it may be a safer option to side with Biden than Sanders in terms of her personal political future. While these are some of the theories on who Elizabeth Warren may choose to endorse, she could still remain neutral. As of now, she has told the party that she needs time before she decides who gets her backing.
Climate change threatens every living thing on our planet.
Now we're going back to Nick Harper for more on this. Nick, Elizabeth Warren bowed out of the presidential race. Who is she more likely to back?
Well, that is the big question that obviously both men want answered. And of course, there is the opportunity for her to back either of them. She has that close friendship with Bernie Sanders. They align in terms of their policy ideals much more closely than she does with Joe Biden. However, they did have some upsets during the course of the campaign. At one point, there was accusations of Bernie Sanders calling Elizabeth Warren a liar. She reported that in a conversation a few years ago, Bernie Sanders had told her that a woman would never be the president of the United States. He said that that wasn't the case. She even challenged him live on TV during one of the televised debates, and he said that it hadn't happened, and she said, "Are you calling me a liar?" So there are certainly those difficulties. There's been those fractious moments in their friendship, but she does hold those similar progressive ideas that Bernie Sanders also has. However, she may instead decide to side with Joe Biden simply because it comes down to a matter of electability. She may feel that Joe Biden is the stronger candidate, the one more able to take on President Trump, but also the candidate who's more able to bring on board those undecided voters because he has more moderate ideas and more moderate policies as opposed to Bernie Sanders' more left-wing policies. She has said that she wants to take a deep breath. She wants to consider it. It doesn't look as if she would be throwing an endorsement behind either of them anytime soon. It may be that she decides to wait until we get through several more rounds of state contests. During the course of the next 2 weeks, there are another 10 US states who will be choosing their preferred candidate. She may want to wait until we begin to see a clearer picture of which candidate is being chosen more by those states, who is becoming the clear frontrunner. And it may be that we get to the point where Joe Biden is that clear frontrunner. He is the person that the electorate out there in the states are choosing as their nominee. and she may grudgingly decide that he is the person that therefore she wants to endorse.
Right. As always, great to have you on the show. Thank you very much. That's Nick Harper coming to us live from Washington, D.C.